Welcome to Monday Night Raw. The battle for a World Heavyweight Championship shot is on. CM Punk and Gunther, two titans with a rich history, collide tonight to determine the #1 contender. Gunther's past victory in the King of the Ring semifinals gives him the edge, but Punk's unpredictable and hungry for redemption. 5 fierce competitors clash in the Hardcore Championship Battle Royal. Ridge Holland, Obafemi, Trick Williams, R-Truth, and Ludwig Kaiser. Anything goes and falls count anywhere. Revenge is on Thea Hale's mind as she takes on Asuka tonight. Last week, Asuka and Kairi Sane laid the hurt on Hale and Lyra Valkyria, but Hale's focus is sharp and she's gunning for Asuka. The feud between Toxic Attraction and Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill boils over as Belair puts it all on the line against Mandy Rose. Weeks of brutal attacks and backstage sabotage have led to this moment.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first. From Ontario, California, Sol Ruca.
Sol Ruca is making her way to the ring, riding high on the confidence of her shocking win over Liv Morgan last week, and she's looking to keep the momentum going against Jada Parker. Ruca's recent victory has put her on the radar, and a win over Parker would further solidify her position as a rising star on the main roster.
And her opponent. From Port St. Lucie, Florida, representing OTM, Jada Parker.
Jada Parker is making a bold statement as she strides to the ring, looking to turn the tide for herself and OTM. With a recent slump in results, Parker knows a win over Sol Ruca could be the spark her faction needs to regain momentum and assert their dominance on the main roster. The bell rings and these two women are immediately locking up, each looking to gain the upper hand. Sol Ruca and Jada Parker are battling back and forth, neither one willing to give an inch. The action is fast-paced and intense, with both competitors trading positions and showing no signs of letting up. The crowd is on the edge of their seats as Ruca and Parker clash in the ring, each determined to emerge victorious. This one is off to a furious start. Parker is taking it to Ruca right now, unleashing a flurry of strikes that have Ruca reeling. But Ruca refuses to back down, digging deep to find the energy to fight back. Ruca is launching herself into a series of high-flying maneuvers that are leaving Parker stunned. Ruca's aerial assault is catching Parker off guard, and she's starting to gain momentum. Ruca has been waiting for the perfect moment to strike, and she seizes the opportunity with a picture-perfect soul snatcher that sends Parker crashing to the mat. Ruca covers her instantly for the pin.
Here is your winner via pinfall, Sol Ruca.
Sol Ruca celebrates a hard-fought victory over Jada Parker, but her triumph is short-lived as Liv Morgan storms into the ring, fueled by vengeance for last week's shocking loss. Morgan unleashes a furious attack on Ruca, determined to avenge her embarrassing upset and send a message that she's not to be underestimated. Pandemonium has erupted in the ring as these 5 men clash in a chaotic battle royal for the Hardcore Championship. Ridge Holland, Obafemi, Trick Williams, R-Truth, and Ludwig Kaiser are all trading blows and battling for dominance, each determined to emerge victorious. The intensity is palpable, fueled by long-standing rivalries and personal vendettas. Femi and Williams are clearly looking to reignite their past rivalry, while Truth is gunning for Kaiser for his post-match steel chair attack last week. Bodies are crashing into the ring posts, flying over the ropes, and slamming to the mat, with none of these men able to gain a clear advantage. This one is anyone's game, and it's going to take a lot to stand tall in this melee. Kaiser is the first to gain some momentum, catching Femi with a vicious steel chair shot that sends him crashing to the mat. Kaiser follows up with a flurry of chair strikes, keeping Femi down and helpless. Kaiser thinks he sees his chance to secure the first pinfall of the match, but Femi somehow manages to kick out at the 1 count. The action has spilled out to ringside, with all 5 men brawling in a chaotic melee that's sending the crowd into a frenzy. The men are being slammed all around the announce table. The crowd are struggling to keep up with the non-stop action. The steel steps, the floor, and even the barriers are all being used as battlegrounds in this Hardcore Championship Battle Royal. Truth is putting on a show, using his quickness and agility to evade and counter his opponent's attacks. He's taking the fight to Kaiser and Femi, and none of them seem able to catch a break. Can anyone stop Truth's momentum, or will he somehow emerge as the front runner in this chaotic battle? Femi and Kaiser nailed their respective finishers and go for the cover, but only Kaiser's pin on Truth counts to 3, making Kaiser the first man to secure a pinfall in this chaotic match, giving him a crucial advantage in the battle for the Hardcore Championship. Now that Kaiser has taken the lead, he's become the primary target for the other 4 men, who are all converging on him with revenge in their eyes. But Kaiser proves to be a cunning champion contender, dodging and weaving around the incoming attacks and using his quickness to evade the danger. Kaiser seizes the momentum, unleashing a flurry of strikes that send his opponents stumbling backward. And it's looking like Kaiser might just be the man to outlast them all. Kaiser's square hammer connects perfectly with Holland, and he covers him for the pin, with the referee counting to 3 once again. Kaiser has now secured 2 pinfalls, and his grip on this match is tightening, leaving the other 4 men scrambling to catch up. With his lead growing, Ludwig Kaiser becomes increasingly proactive in defending his advantage, using his aggression to prevent any of his opponents from getting back in the match. He's relentless in his assault, targeting anyone who shows signs of recovery and crushing them with ruthless efficiency. With the clock ticking down, desperation is palpable as the 4 other men frantically try to secure pinfalls to close the gap with Kaiser. It's every man for himself in this chaotic scramble for the title. Men are being slammed to the mat, left and right, with Kaiser's opponents launching last-ditch attacks in a bid to catch up.
Here is your winner and new hardcore champion, Ludwig Kaiser.
Ludwig Kaiser has emerged victorious, securing 2 crucial pinfalls to claim the Hardcore Championship title. The German star has proven his dominance in the chaotic battle royal, outlasting 4 formidable opponents to claim the gold.
The following contest is scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing first. From Osaka, Japan, representing Damage Control, she is the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka.
Asuka is making her regal presence known, striding to the ring with an aura of intensity, as she prepares to take on Thea Hale and show the young contender the true meaning of main roster ruthlessness. With a fierce glint in her eye, Asuka's ready to teach Hale a lesson she won't forget, building on the momentum of their last encounter.
And her opponent. From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, representing Chase University, Thea Hale.
Thea Hale is storming into the ring, her determination and fire evident in every step, as she looks to avenge last week's brutal attack by Asuka and Kairi Sane and prove her worth as the #1 contender to the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. With her sights set on Lyra Valkyria's title, Hale knows a win over Asuka would be a statement of intent, showcasing her title credentials to the world. Thea Hale is bursting with intensity as she makes her way to the ring, fueled by a burning desire for revenge against Asuka after last week's vicious post-match attack. Hale's eyes are locked on her opponent, and she's clearly out for blood, determined to prove that she's more than just a flash in the pan. Hale's aggression initially gives her the upper hand, but a crucial mistake opens the door for Asuka to regain her footing in the match. Asuka seizes the opportunity, drawing on her wealth of experience and technical expertise to punish Hale with precision. The veteran's calm and collected demeanor allows her to dictate the pace, targeting Hale's weaknesses and wearing her down with a series of calculated attacks. Asuka thinks she's got Thea Hale right where she wants her, locking in a tight submission hold. But Hale refuses to give in, summoning every last ounce of strength to power out of the hold. Seizing the momentum, Hale unleashes a thunderous jumping neckbreaker, sending Asuka crashing to the mat. She quickly covers Asuka, but Asuka kicks out of the pin. Hale unleashes a flurry of strikes, each one landing with precision and purpose as she tries to break down Asuka's defenses. Asuka's counterattack catches Hale off guard, and she quickly seizes the initiative, sending Hale crashing to the mat with a perfectly executed German suplex pin. But Hale somehow finds the strength to kick out. Asuka senses victory within her grasp and pours on the pressure. determined to break Thea Hale's spirit. The veteran's experience and cunning are on full display as she expertly wears down Hale. Asuka locks in the Asuka lock. Hale's face contorts in agony as she struggles to break free.
Here is your winner via submission, the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka.
Asuka secures the win over Thea Hale with her signature ruthlessness. But her victory is soon overshadowed by her and Kairi Sane's attempt to deliver a vicious post-match beating with a steel chair. Lyra Valkyria bursts into the ring in time, sending Asuka and Sane fleeing to save Hale from further harm.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first. From Black Forest, South Australia, weighing in at 330 pounds, Big Bronson Reed.
Bronson Reed is thundering into the ring, his intense energy and aggression palpable as he prepares to unleash his fury on Miles Bourne and continue his destructive path. Reed's sights are set on Bourne, and with the momentum of last week's brutal attack on Apollo Crews still coursing through his veins, he's looking to assert his dominance and prove he's a force to be reckoned with.
And his opponent. From Wilmington, North Carolina, weighing in at 227 pounds, representing the Brawling Crew, Miles Bourne.
Miles Bourne is making his way to the ring, his determination evident as he faces the daunting task of taking on the powerhouse Bronson Reed, and he's ready to put everything on the line to prove his worth. Bourne knows the odds are stacked against him, but he's eager to show the main roster what he's capable of, and a win over Reed would be a statement of intent. Bronson Reed is absolutely unleashing on Miles Bourne, using his massive size and strength to overwhelm his opponent from the get-go. Reed is dominating this match with ease, tossing Bourne around the ring like a rag doll and slamming him to the mat with incredible force. Bourne is trying to fight back, but Reed's power is just too much for him to handle. Can Bourne find a way to survive this onslaught, or is Reed going to prove too much for him to handle? The crowd is on the edge of their seats, wondering if they'll see any kind of fight from Bourne, or if Reed will just steamroll him. Bourne digs deep, summoning every last bit of energy to launch a desperate bid to turn the tide. Despite the size disadvantage, Bourne's technical prowess allows him to stay competitive as he uses precision and strategy to target Reed's weaknesses. Bourne's quickness and agility prove to be a thorn in Reed's side. Reed catches Bourne with a perfectly timed counter, and in an instant, the momentum shifts back in his favor. Reed seizes control of the match once again, his massive frame and brute strength allowing him to dictate the pace. He's furious now, and his attacks become even more vicious and relentless as he sets out to punish Bourne for daring to challenge him. Reed's fury is on full display as he unleashes a torrent of blows, each one landing with incredible force and sending Bourne crashing to the mat. Reed climbs to the top turnbuckle and unleashes a devastating tsunami onto Bourne with a thunderous crash.
Here is your winner via pinfall, Big Bronson Reed.
Bronson Reed asserts his dominance, delivering a crushing blow to Miles Bourne to secure the win. But the victory seems to only fuel his rage. Reed fetches a steel chair and returns to the ring, unleashing a vicious post-match assault on Bourne, leaving him battered and bloody as the crowd watches in horror.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first. Weighing in at a combined weight of 552 pounds, they are the World Tag Team Champions, the team of Eric and Ivar, the War Raiders.
The War Raiders are storming into the ring, their intense energy and battle-hardened demeanor evident as they prepare to face OTM. Having just repelled the DIY's ambush and retained their titles in the rematch, the War Raiders are riding high on momentum and look to assert their dominance once again, sending a message to the tag division that they're not to be underestimated.
And their opponents. Weighing in at a combined weight of 543 pounds, representing OTM, they are the team of Bronco Nima and Lucien Price.
Bronco Nima and Lucien Price are making their way to the ring, exuding confidence and a swagger that's hard to ignore as they prepare to take on the reigning World Tag Team Champions, the War Raiders. With a win over the champions potentially within their grasp, OTM is savoring the opportunity to upset the odds and catapult themselves into title contention. Bronco Nima fires out of the gates, sending Eric stumbling back, but the War Raider quickly regains his footing and fights back. Eric's physicality proves too much for Nima to handle, and he starts to assert his dominance, leaving Nima battered and reeling. Eric asserts his dominance, overpowering Nima as Ivar tags in and unleashes a furious assault. The War Raiders take turns punishing Nima, showcasing their championship medal and seamless teamwork as they work together to break down their opponent. Eric tags back in, looking to finish off Nima, but in his zeal, he leaves himself open, and a mid-rope elbow drop falls flat as Nima dodges at the last second. Nima seizes the opportunity, hitting a thunderous powerbomb that sends Eric crashing to the mat. Nima quickly tags in Lucian Price, who tries to get his hands on Eric, but Eric's sheer strength allows him to muscle his way out of trouble, regaining control and sending Price stumbling back. The War Raiders swiftly shift their focus to Lucian Price, taking turns to mete out punishment. Eric sends Price crashing to the mat with a picturesque mid-rope suplex before tagging in Ivar. Ivar seizes the momentum, locking in a vicious submission hold, but Price refuses to submit, somehow managing to struggle free. Undeterred, Price launches a furious counterattack, mustering every last ounce of strength to hoist the bigger Ivar up and slam him to the mat in a stunning display of resilience. Price follows up with a devastating codebreaker and quickly covers Ivar for the pin, but Ivar manages to kick out, leaving Price stunned and frustrated. Price's momentum is abruptly halted as Ivar dodges a charging attack and the tables are turned. Ivar seizes the opportunity to regain control, unleashing a brutal assault on Price. The bigger man methodically breaks down Price, his blows taking their toll, before sending Price into the ring post. Ivar tags Eric in, and the War Raiders unleash their devastating War Machine finisher on Price, dropping him to the mat before covering him for the pin.
Here are your winners via pinfall, the War Raiders.
The War Raiders emerge victorious over OTM, but their triumph is swiftly disrupted by DIY, who storm into the ring, fueled by their burning desire for revenge and the World Tag Team Championships, as Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa lay the hurt on Eric and Ivar.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first. From Knoxville, Tennessee, she is the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair.
Bianca Belair is making her way to the ring, her confidence and determination radiating as she prepares to take on Mandy Rose in a highly anticipated match, with the momentum of last week's post-match payback still coursing through her veins. Belair's sights are set on the Women's World Championship, and with a win over Rose, she's sending a statement to Io Sky that she's ready to dethrone the champion.
And her opponent. From Yorktown Heights, New York, representing Toxic Attraction, Mandy Rose.
Mandy Rose is strutting to the ring, her seductive swagger and confident smirk preceding her as she prepares to clash with Bianca Belair in a battle of titans. With Toxic Attraction's momentum building, Rose is determined to prove she's a force to be reckoned with, and a victory over Belair would solidify her case for a shot at Io Sky's Women's World Championship. The action ignites as Mandy Rose bursts out of the gate, firing off a flurry of attacks in a bid to catch Bianca Belair off guard. Rose quickly shifts gears, latching onto Belair with a series of grapples and holds. Belair regains her footing and strikes back with authority, taking Rose down with a thunderous impact that leaves her reeling. Seizing the momentum, Belair pours on the pressure, unleashing a relentless barrage of strikes that wear Rose down, her punishing blows taking their toll on Rose. Belair continues to mount the pressure, her dominance evident as Rose struggles to keep pace. Belair's assault on Rose becomes increasingly personal, fueled by rage over Rose's mastermind role in the vicious backstage attack that cost her a shot at the Queen of the Ring tournament. Every blow seems to carry the weight of Belair's frustration and anger as she unleashes a torrent of fury, overpowering Rose with a brutal display of strength and dominance, leaving no doubt who's in control. With a fierce battle cry, Belair unleashes the devastating KOD, slamming Roses onto the mat with a sickening thud, and quickly covers her for the pin.
Here is your winner via pinfall, the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair.
Belair's victory celebration is cut short as Io Sky emerges to unleash a brutal attack on both Belair and Rose, sending a clear message that she's not intimidated by either woman's title aspirations.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first. From Woodstock, Georgia, weighing in at 230 pounds, he is the badass Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker is bursting into the ring, his intense energy and raw power palpable as he prepares to take on Xavier Woods, and he's clearly looking to make a statement. Breaker's confidence is sky high, and with his dominant performances, he's ready to prove, once again, why he's the badass of the locker room, with Woods caught in his crosshairs tonight.
And his opponent. From Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 205 pounds, representing the New Day, Xavier Woods.
Xavier Woods is making his way to the ring, his quick wit and charming smile preceding him. But tonight he's all business as he faces the formidable Braun Breaker. With his years of experience and ring savvy, Woods is looking to outsmart and outmaneuver the powerful Breaker, knowing that if he can pull off the upset, it would be a huge statement win. Braun Breaker is bursting out of the gates with his signature ferocity, looking to assert dominance from the opening bell. Breaker's got Woods locked in a vicious camel clutch, but the nimble Xavier Woods is fighting tooth and nail to break free. These two are going toe-to-toe, trading moves and showcasing their in-ring smarts. Breaker's brute strength is being matched by Woods' quickness and agility, keeping the outcome far from certain. Just when Breaker seems to be in control, Damian Priest's entrance music blares through the speakers, catching Braun Breaker's attention and momentarily distracting him. A clever ploy by Priest to potentially pay back Breaker for the post-match assault 2 weeks ago. Xavier Woods seizes the opportunity, capitalizing on Breaker's lapse in focus to roll him up for a quick pin. Xavier Woods pulls off the stunning upset, catching Braun Breaker off guard with a quick roll-up pin, and the crowd is on their feet as Woods celebrates his victory.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is to determine the #1 contender to the World Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first. From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, he is the Second City Saint, CM Punk.
CM Punk is making his way to the ring, his signature swagger and intensity radiating as he prepares to face Gunther in a battle for a World Heavyweight Championship opportunity, with a burning desire for revenge fueling his performance. The intensity is palpable, and with a score to settle after last week's attack, Punk is clearly ready to lay it all on the line.
And his opponent. From Vienna, Austria, weighing in at 250 pounds, representing Imperium, he is the ring general, Gunther.
Gunther is making his entrance, his confident stride and regal demeanor commanding attention as he steps into the ring to face CM Punk, with the memory of their previous encounter in the King of the Ring semi-finals clearly still fresh in his mind. Gunther's sights are set on a second victory over Punk, which would propel him to a World Heavyweight Championship match against Finn Balor, and he's exuding an air of superiority as he prepares to put on a show. Gunther is unleashing his fury right out of the gate, unleashing a flurry of brutal strikes that are sending CM Punk crashing to the mat. The ring general is asserting his dominance, looking to prove he's more than just a one-dimensional wrestler, as he takes Punk down with precision and power, completely in control of this contest. Gunther's vicious onslaught had Punk reeling, but the Second City Saints refuses to be written off. The pace of the match has shifted dramatically as CM Punk bursts back into life, countering Gunther's attack in the corner and sending the big man stumbling back. Now these two are trading blows, each landing with precision and force. With neither man able to gain a clear advantage, the intensity is electric as they battle for a coveted shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther seizes the opportunity, loading up on a massive powerbomb that slams Punk's body into the mat with incredible force. But in a stunning display of resilience, Punk somehow manages to kick out at the last possible moment. Finn Balor's music hits, and he storms the ring, taking out both CM Punk and Gunther with vicious strikes, sending a clear message that he's not going to let anyone get in his way, as the referee declares the match a no contest. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you like this video.